Before the actual video begins, I want to apologize for it taking like a month for me to get this video out. I've been dealing with sports, injuries, and sickness, all of which has delayed me recording and uploading this. That's enough of my whining though. Enjoy the video. My journey begins by having my personal space violated by Dr. Eggman and then getting to meet my fellow inmates. They seem nice. If the handcuffs and orange jackets didn't give it away, I am currently in prison. Which, by the way, is not my fault. She said she was 18. Regardless of the reason for my current residence, I escape and ask my butler to give me some soda and cough syrup. Instead, all he sent me was a bat suit that probably cost a small country to make. I went to this courthouse to try and get some info from this cat lady, but she was about as useful as the soap department was to Walmart shoppers. I left her and went to the steel mill to see the Joker. Him and his psycho girlfriend locked themselves in this room, but thankfully, someone left this dangerous gun lying around, which allowed me to smash my way in. They drugged and beat me, both of which were probably warranted, and then the Joker injected me and some other relevant people with his blood. This put me, as well as them, in a lot of danger. But more importantly, me. I gracefully left and went to Mr. Freeze, hoping to get a cure. He wasn't home, so I left his residence and beat up some homeless people, and then did a reenactment of me playing Resident Evil 4. The game's not that challenging, I'm just mentally challenged. My late night adventures continued, with me going to this museum that doubled as a horror house. I mean, just look at this scary creature. Oh wait, that's just Penguin. He sent a bunch of his goons after me, and they should honestly be embarrassed with how easily I defeated them. Like, if I got my butt handed to me this bad, I would have to become a housewife. They were just the encore, however. The main course was this specimen, who I defeated just as easily. I found some exotic fish, as well as the penguin's oversized dog named Tiny. What is it with pet owners and giving their animals names that don't make sense? You'll see someone with a super cool pet and give it some average name like Josh. Anyways, I took down the penguin and rescued Mr. Freeze. I took this vape that he had in his shoulder, then he started acting like he couldn't live without it. Kids these days. He said that he couldn't make the cure without a very specific enzyme. Amazon didn't have that, so I had no idea where else it could be. Thankfully, this assassin was more than happy to show me where I could get some. I followed her until she and some of her friends jumped me. Luckily, Robin showed up and scared them off. He tends to do that with women. I'd placed a tracker on one of the assassins, which allowed me to gracefully follow her into the sewers and to send the homeless down there to the hospital. Can we just take a moment to look at how pale Batman is? It's probably because he doesn't go outside enough. Or maybe it's a super deadly disease that the Joker gave him. Probably the prior. Anyways, I passed these nice decorations, and this assassin kindly let me into her secret base. Honestly, I hate the stereotypes that assassins are bad people. Just because you ruthlessly murder sometimes innocent people doesn't make you a not good person. Short rant aside, I continued through these sewers and found Batman's old girlfriend. I wasn't here for her, however. I was here to drink the forbidden Gatorade and to beat up the Star Wars Sand people. I then met with Ra's al Ghul, which resulted in a short boss fight. I'm very familiar with short. Ew, I'm not talking about my penis, you pervert. Oh, who am I kidding? I was talking about my penis. I took Ra's blood and started my ascent. Do you guys think that when Batman pays his taxes, he writes the Batman or just Batman? What am I thinking? He's rich, he doesn't pay taxes. After I talked to the zoo exhibit, I played a harmless prank on the mayor and then went to get a cure from Mr. Freeze. Surprise, surprise, the supervillain betrayed me and didn't give me the cure. Granted, he had a pretty good reason, but I still slammed him just as I would any other guy. That sounds wrong, but you get the point. I went to go take the cure, but it had been taken by Harley Quinn. While I was going to get it back, this helicopter got shot down and the game forced me to save the reporter. Forced labor aside, I tried looking for Mr. Freeze's stolen wife, but after 30 seconds of not finding her, I went back to the Joker's steel mill. Not much happened until I freed this guy who attacked me as soon as I had my back turned. The audacity of some people. I continued through the Joker's mid-steel mill until I found the man himself. I punched his clay-like face in the faces of the rest of his goons until I was the last one standing. Then the roof came apart and fell right on top of me. I'm telling you, if this place had been built by a Hispanic construction crew, that wouldn't have happened. I then start playing as Catwoman. I thought this was supposed to be Batman Arkham City, not Cooking Simulator. Like Batman's Detective Vision,
Catwoman has thief vision. I like to call my ex Thief because she stole my heart, as well as $6,000 from my bank account. I made my way into this facility and pickpocketed the guard's wallets, just like my ex. I got the money from the vault, but I left it to go save Batman because I'm a good person. And also, the game forces you to.
With my no right speed run completed, I resume as Batman. I scan the Tiger helicopters for the Among Us code, which allows me access into Professor Eggman's special tower. Inside, I give the guards a 3D viewing of me pounding their skulls in, and then scale the Eiffel Tower. I stealthily took out the guards at the top and then confronted Strange, making sure that I didn't hurt him. Then Ra's al Ghul showed up out of nowhere and tripped while running with scissors. The Eiffel Tower is on fire and 2 men are dead. I'd consider that a success. Can you imagine how scary it must be to get knocked out by Batman? 1 second you're fine, the next, a tall, handsome, muscular man has his arms around you. It must really suck. Batman fanfic aside, I entered this movie theater hoping for a good show. In just the first few minutes, Joker is stabbed and Talia has my cure. Then she's shot, and quote unquote the Joker is actually Clayface. That was neat. My dad used to do something similar, but instead of that, he would drink heavily and beat me. Life story aside, I easily defeated Clayface and then accidentally on purpose added the Joker to my no-scoping montage. The Joker was dead, and I was cured, but that's not important. What is important is that Catwoman's 13-inch dragon dildo was stolen. This is serious. Do you know how hard they are to find in that size? Most are 12 or 14 inches. Or so I'm told. But yeah, I found Two-Face and nicely convinced him for my toy back. With the serious stuff out of the way, I start playing as Batman, if he wasn't cool, got no girls, and smelled weird. Oh wait, that's just Robin. I zip-kicked my way through the steel mill until I found Batman's belt. I then start playing as Batman, but nothing interesting happens. It was even more boring than a white girl's private story. Once I resume as Robin, I continue on until I find a trapped Batman. Open Sesame didn't free him, so I had to confront Harley Quinn and her Sped Squad. This confrontation was pretty challenging. I don't know if it's from me being impatient and attacking the heavily armed guards head on, or from Robin just being a little soy boy who eats dairy-free ice cream. Probably the second. I met my daily make woman uncomfortable quota and freed the Dark Knight. Not the Christian Bale movies, I mean like the Batman himself. I sent Robin to pick up my Domino's order and then went Will Smith on these Chris Rocks. Yeah, I know that was pretty bad. Harley Quinn detonated some bombs, but don't worry, I was wearing my plot armor. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thanks for watching, and God bless.